It's time for the absolutely, I'm on my way, completely, I'm almost there, random, why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Fact. Did you know that YouTube was actually going to be a dating site? Huh. Man, we dodged a real bullet on that one, didn't we? Whew. Now all the hapless nerds and YouTube creators can do what they've been doing. Making vlogs and videos and let's plays and everything else. Yeah, who needs a relationship, right? And on that note, hi, welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. My name's Andrew Rhodes, and it's September 22nd, 2018. That's right, and I got a fun-filled podcast in store for everybody tonight. Because I'm talking about the canceled Back to the Future manga. Yes, it's sadly canceled. God, I can't believe it. I'm talking about YouTube gaming coming to an end. A whole new site for you to be able to stream anime on. Dragon Ball Super Broly has gotten a release date. And a cosplayer that has done the impossible. Well, I guess if you stick your mind to it, anything's possible. But, yeah, I guess everything's possible. Maybe more, maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, what about now? Well, how about the usual? If you're in the mood for something strange or unusual, or you're in the market to try to find something strange and unusual, or something you haven't already owned, something you've been looking for, weird oddity, something you can stick on a coffee table and use as a conversation starter, feel free to check out my eBay page. I have a wide variety of strange, odd things, and honestly, all of them are cool, and neat. Yeah, so feel free to check it out. That's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Like I said, a wide variety of strange things. Some stuff you may never have seen before. Other stuff you may not have. Who knows? That's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Roads, and don't forget to check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Okay, so for those of you that are new to the podcast and are wondering what I do at this point, this is where I talk about how my week went, or as I like to call it, Andrew's Week. Yes, after my dumpster fire of a week last week, this one actually went slightly better. Mostly for the fact that I didn't have to deal with so much crap at work, and I put an end to an experiment that lasted for exactly 7 days. Yes, we no longer have the antenna hooked up. I won the battle of wits. Mostly because I was sick and tired of the crappy news channel we had, and I can only take so much Bewitched. I don't care if I'm watching it or listening to it, I can only take so much Bewitched. So I won the battle of wits. Yes! Yes! I won the battle of wits with an 89-year-old. That's not exactly much of a victory, but anyway, I'll take it. So that was pretty much my week. I was reading a new I was reading a new comic on this Webtoons app that I have. It's actually pretty cool. It's called Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I'm probably going to do a review on it, because it's really good. I like it a lot. Other than that, it's been sort of one of those meh weeks. But after the dumpster fire week of last week, way better. Oh, God. Way better. Way better than my dumpster fire week last week was. So way better. Today we watched Paranoia. I actually read the book about it, and I got the DVD at the Dollar Tree, and I'm like, let's give this a shot today for a movie. And the movie was better for the ending. The story, or the book, was better for the actual story. So there's that. But anyway, I mean, what do you expect? It was an hour and 36 minutes. Oh, sorry, an hour and 46. I keep screwing that up. An hour and 46 minutes. It didn't really have much to offer. So the whole thing. It only had so much to offer, and yeah, that was the whole thing. But anyway, that was my week. Alright, so for those of you that were looking forward to going Back to the Future, some sad news to announce. So, the Back to the Future manga by the One Punch Man artist has been canceled. Basically chucked in the trash and said, that's it, it's done, goodbye. Manga artist Yuusuke Murata reported on Twitter this weekend that his manga adaptation of the 1985 American science fiction film Back to the Future has been canceled. He explained that Kono Manga ga Sugo, the website's editor, did all they could, but they couldn't resolve the rights issues for several elements that would have appeared in the manga. My guess would probably be the DeLoreans, most of the shit from the 80s, probably way too much to do. And I understand it. Trust me, I get it, but still, it sucks. I mean, I would have loved to have seen a Back to the Future manga. In fact, I was looking forward to that. He did have some rough drafts. They are in the article, so you can check that out. There will be a link in the description. It looks really cool. I'm kind of sad that this isn't going to see the light of day now. He announced the manga at the Ready Player One film celebration event in Tokyo back in February. The Back to the Future film's screenwriter Bob Gale would have supervised the manga, which would have included story content not seen in the film. They plan to publish the first compiled book volume on April 20th, although Kono Manga Gasugo described the manga as based on the 1985 film. The preview illustration also featured characters from the film's two sequels. The third one I really didn't enjoy too much. So the film basically follows, for those of you that have never heard of it, by the way, Marty McFly is your average high school student. He's living in Hill Valley, California, back in the 80s. He aspires to be a musician. Nobody wants to give a rat's ass because it's music that the old people don't appreciate. Nobody really thinks his talent's very good. So he interrupts an experiment from his scientist mentor, Dr. Emmett Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd, one of the greatest actors ever to come out of the world. And during their experiment of time travel with the DeLorean and the dog Einstein, unfortunately, the Libyans, who Dr. Brown had stolen the plutonium from to power the flux capacitor, which is what allows him to go back in time and forward into the future, sadly and unfortunately was killed when they showed up because they wanted a bomb and he refused to make one by taking their plutonium and basically running away with it. So Marty ends up going back to 1985, ends up hooking up with his mom, trying to get his mom and his dad together to preserve the timeline, ends up changing it just a bit, but it's still a good movie. It spun off a sequel, Back to the Future Part 2, where he goes to 2015, which they did a whole thing of when the actual date came around, which none of the stuff in that movie we have, because we have no hoverboards, we have no flying cars. Honestly, it's something that still annoys me. I mean, I want my flying car, damn it. They were just talking about the Jetsons, today being the Jetsons' original release date, this date back in, I think it was like the 60s when they came out, and they were saying about flying cars. Yeah, I want my flying car. Okay? That's what I want, is my flying car. But Marty ends up going back to the future twice, ends up saving the day twice, and ends up going back to the Old West in the third movie, where he tries to save Dr. Brown from Buford Tannen's distant relative. I just didn't like the third movie. But honestly, that's the entire nutshell of the trilogy. There you go. It's a good movie, and the manga would have been great. Especially if you were going to get stuff that wasn't in the film and everything else. Especially because they also had some other rough draft images here. You got Marty McFly, Emmett Brown, Einstein, the DeLorean, the time machine, which was, that's what it was. And a rendition of a monster truck DeLorean, which that would have been kick-ass. Like an alternate Marty grabbed the DeLorean from the future and just went, completely balls to the walls on it. So I'm kind of bummed that this isn't going to be seeing the light of day, but at the same time, yeah, I can understand why it's not going to see the light of day. I mean, it does have a point. You need to have the rights secured, otherwise you open yourself up to a tremendous amount of legal issues. Most of which are pretty much just going to be from, hey, as much as we want to have the series going, we can't because oh, you're using a product in there that we have the rights to. Pepsi could probably throw a royal pitch fit. And I know that they had Pepsi for the one anime series, Tiger and Bunny. That's who sponsored the one Blue Rose. That's who sponsored Blue Rose was Pepsi. How they managed to get that in there, I will never know, because they have to change constant names. That's why in The Devil's a Part-Timer you have McRonald's instead of McDonald's. It's clearly McDonald's. It's down to the uniforms. It's clearly McDonald's. But it's called McRonald's. It's not called McDonald's. God, I love that anime. So yeah, I'm amazed that they got away with that. But there is a point, and I do understand it, that if you are technically using products that exist outside of the realm of whatever you're doing, yes, you are going to have the issues of massive copyright infringement and everything else. So you are going to have to deal with that. So as much as it sucks, I want to go back to the future. Oh well. Anyway, maybe down the road they'll get a chance after everything can be hammered out. Maybe we will get back to the future manga form. I would love to see that. Even just like a one-off of it, I would love to read it. But yeah, that just kind of sucks. Alrighty, so if you enjoyed YouTube gaming, bad news. They're closing. Yep. YouTube's getting rid of its dedicated gaming app after it failed to find a big enough audience for it. They tried competing with Twitch. No one competes with Twitch. Okay? Nobody competes with Twitch. But they decided to try to compete with Twitch, and it did not end well for them. They actually did not get that many people to join up on it. They weren't getting that many new things. So, yeah, it's just flat out done. Ryan Watt, YouTube's director of gaming content, told The Verge there was confusion with the YouTube gaming app in terms of what it was for. Many viewers not using most of its features to the majority of people still watching most of their gaming content on YouTube proper. Instead of keeping those features marooned on YouTube Gaming, the company plans to make them part of the main site and retire the existing dedicated app and site in March of 2019. Why they even started this still bothers me. I mean, you were never going to compete with Twitch. You should have known you were never going to be able to compete with Twitch. I mean, let's face it. There was no chance in hell of you ever beating Twitch. Full on, you were never going to win. But yet you tried anyway, and I still can't understand why you would even try at that point. Launched in 2015 after the video game streaming platform Twitch exploded in popularity and was bought by Amazon in 2014. Kotaku's Luke Punkett praised the app when it was still in beta. Despite being superior to the Twitch mobile app in many ways, it never reached the same level of visibility and use. So the new location, which the blog announced, simply calls youtube.com/gaming. Will be a homepage with rows of recommended gaming-related videos at the top, as well as lists of currently popular live streams and contents from existing subscriptions. There will also be an option to select specific games as favorites so YouTube's algorithms can find recommendations around them. Yeah, let's see how well that works. Somehow YouTube has gotten it in its mind lately that I want to see the part of Charlotte's Web when the spider dies. I don't want to see that part of Charlotte's Web. I could go the rest of my life without ever seeing the movie again, for starters. But I definitely don't want to see the part of Charlotte's Web where the spider kicks the bucket. Okay? That I definitely don't want to see. That's a sad moment. Why would I want that? Why would I even want to see that? So most interesting of all, though, will be a slot in the trending section reserved for on-the-rise creators. So yeah, basically it's going to be for creators that are still getting their stuff going. Videos that can get more eyes on them rather than just videos titled things like Spider-Man PS4 Walkthrough Gameplay Part 45, Endgame Suit Marvel's Spider-Man. And that's an actual title that they have in the article. So it's basically YouTube's way of reminding everybody it's a place for vlogs and Let's Plays and also live streams, just like Twitch. But while it's nice to see some more of the focused creation features being transported over to the main site most of us already visit, none of them currently seem groundbreaking enough to fundamentally challenge Twitch's monopoly on the live gaming content. I mean, let's face it, it's Twitch. I could use this one, and this actually fits here perfectly. You're trying to use Disney bucks at a goddamn Caesar's Palace, okay? And you're not succeeding. You're using Disney bucks, okay? We're talking Disney bucks at Caesar's Palace. So in this case, the Disney bucks are YouTube Gaming, is YouTube Gaming's platform, and you're trying to do that while Caesar's Palace is right there. And you're trying to use them on Caesar's Palace. It's not working. YouTube, honestly, it never had a chance to compete with Twitch. Twitch started themselves off as a live stream gaming site and branched themselves off to other things afterwards. They do like an eating thing on there, makeup tutorials, I think, food, and okay, cooking, DIY crafts. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that Twitch does other than just gaming anymore. But YouTube wanted to mass market gaming because, hey, that's what we want. They wanted the gaming rights. They wanted people to go to YouTube for gaming. Okay? How about going to YouTube for everything else? And the main reason why a lot of people are stringent on using YouTube even for gaming honestly falls under that whole copyright shit. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, a lot of video gaming content that's up on YouTube has been getting struck down lately. Via copyright infringement, copyright strikes, copyright claims, things like that. All of that does make a difference. Because nobody's going to want to put something up on YouTube if they're running the risk of it being taken down and demonetized. I mean, a lot of Let's Players, that's their bread and butter. I mean, that's literally how they make their living. Hey, I'm going to Let's Play this game this week. Or I'm going to Let's Play this. And that's how they make their money. Because they get sponsors that are willing to, back them. They get okays from the gaming developers because, hey, we're going to, here, we'll slide you a beta copy of the game. You can play it. That way we can get some exposure. We might sell some more games, and we'll cut you in on a piece of it. But if you have the issue of, oh, well, your channel just got copyright strike because somebody claimed something in one of your videos, we don't want to deal with you. That's why a lot of them were going to Twitch, because Twitch doesn't have that much stringency to it. And I know somebody in the comments is going to go, yes, they do. You don't hear about it as much as YouTube. YouTube is like every other day on Twitter and Facebook and on anything. I'm hearing, well, my video just got deleted. Linkara's wife, her channel got deleted. So, yeah, no offense to YouTube, but honestly, if your algorithms are already screwed up just for the copyright claims, you want to try to fix up the recommendations for people, you can't even get that right now. No offense, but like I said, I don't want to see the death of the spider on Charlotte's Web, yet you're recommending it to me. This is almost as bad as some of the Roku channels like Tubi recommending an Ernest movie for me. I don't like the Ernest movies. Why would I want to watch an Ernest movie when I can't stand the Ernest movies? How many of them did they make anyway? And it's like, oh yeah, but I'm just gonna give you an Ernest movie. Here, this is recommended for you. Ernest Goes to School. Okay? I didn't want to see that in the first place, but thank you for recommending it. I'll take your recommendation or your suggestion at this point, and noted the suggestion. I'm just going to look for something else. I don't want to watch an Ernest movie. As far as YouTube, I always like the side panel that you get over here, because let's say like right here's your, right here is your movie or your video. Comments are under here, and over here you have, this is the recommended, like the stuff that's coming up next. And they always give you a tremendous amount of them. You can always look for more. And that's where they get you, is because, hey, you like this, we think you'll like this too. That's what it's basically become. YouTube's like your subservient servant. YouTube! Bring me a farting panda! Chop chop! That's what it's become. And they wanted to make this more, start a separate channel for gaming. That's honestly where their issue fell to the wayside for starters for me. Because, in all honesty, as great as it sounds, with the issues you're already having on Site A, starting Site B and trying to do this is not going to help matters as much as it's going to hurt matters. So, yeah, this one had no chance of, honestly, ever getting off the ground. How they even managed to get it this far is a miracle. But it's closing up March of next year. Let's just call it a failed experiment, okay? This YouTube's probably saying that to their market shares. Well, YouTube gaming was a failed experiment, but we can merge everything over to the main channel and make everybody happy. Yes, yes, beautiful, 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 beautiful. You said the room full of yes men and yes women. Yes, 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 yes. We appreciate it. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we have. No offense to it, but that's honestly what we got. As much as it sucks, yeah, there's nothing you can do, but yeah, it does suck. But at least now we have a spot to put, words to everything else. So, it is done. Honestly, I didn't even use it because I think they wanted to charge you for it anyway, so it didn't really throw me. But anyway, sayonara to YouTube gaming. It was nice while you lasted. For those of you that enjoyed it. Otherwise, get ready to just go back to using YouTube, which you probably already use anyway, to look up trailers and walkthroughs for the games that you're playing. Yeah. Go figure on that one, right? Welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Well, okay, you're already listening to the podcast if you're hearing me. But anyway, the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast is a podcast that I put up here every Sunday on YouTube, where I talk about topics and articles that I find throughout the entire week. So, if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're brought up to date with all my videos, including Andrew Rants and Andrew's Theories. I also do some reviews from time to time, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, let me know, and don't forget to hit that lovely subscribe button. Do you like anime? Of course you do. Do you like watching anime for free? Well, obviously you probably do, so you probably watch it on Crunchyroll, or Verve, or Funimation. Well, guess what? There's a new, awesome anime site that you can stream on for free. It's called Annie.me. Yeah, there's nothing quite like finding that new way to watch some of your favorite anime series online, right? Yeah. Well, Annie.me is pretty much giving you that ability. No, this is not a paid sponsorship. This is actually a topic. So you can look forward to checking out shows like Rio, Rainbow Gate, and Kite, among others, with Super Robot Wars and Junbei-chan to get in on the action in mid-October. So, it's sort of like a weird thing. So starting your streaming marathon is just as simple, too. You can look forward to checking out a lot of shows. For those that want to support the website and the industry, there's also the option to subscribe for $5.99. Doing so will grant you an ad-free viewing experience and net you 10% off convention registration for any AnimeCon.org convention. Really? There's conventions? Huh, that's interesting. So, yeah, you can stream shows for free, open up an account of your own, read more about the info. It's all from the article. You can pull it up, mind you, in the description. I'm going to have the link. But by this point, the name should already be deeply engraved in your mind with easy access to anime and plenty of other content to hold your attention. Beyond the final credits, Annie.me will quickly become your go-to anime space online. Sign up now and start taking advantage of some of the most fun and rewatchable series out there. Okay, so $5.99, I'm assuming that's a month. It's already cheaper than Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll's like $14.99 a month. So it's already cheaper than Crunchyroll by a whopping $9. But the fact that you're getting a site that you can watch stuff on for free opens up a question for me here. So, what if nobody wants to subscribe? Well, yes, you could just support the industry, buy the damn things on discs, but I always stand by this whole you can watch it online. But then you have people that'll complain that they'll say, well, this is an illegal site and everything else. It's like the Kiss Anime ones and everything else. And I talked about this in previous podcasts because so many people have complained about Kiss Anime and everything else. They're always going, well, it's an illegal site. Yes, it's an illegal site. However, there's a gray area for that. Now, yes, you shouldn't watch the brand new stuff on there because you're not really supporting the industry. But if it's something that's out of print, and I mean, I'm talking like anime that was made back in like the 90s or the late 80s, that was released on VHS, never got a DVD release, never got dubbed, never got, a chance to have a second shot in the sun, that you find on one of those sites, watch it. Because if you want to track down one of those copies, it's probably going to cost you like $80 to $90 just to find a VHS copy of it. So before you piss away the $80, $90, you might want to see if it's worth the time and effort you're putting into it. Because if it sucks, don't bother. That's honestly my beef with this. Because then you have so many people that are going to complain and go, well, I should have bought it. I didn't buy it. I don't know why I didn't buy it. And they'll go, well, you should have bought it because you want to support the industry. I'm all for that. But then bad-mouthing people that watch like one of those shows on there, something that's out of print, that's how I kind of feel, okay, well, you shouldn't watch the new stuff. Watching it like this, not a bad thing. So this new site, though, how long is it going to take before somebody complains and goes, well, you shouldn't watch it on this site either? I'm guessing like maybe a week, 2 at the most. I mean, it's already competing with Crunchyroll. It's going to kick Crunchyroll's ass just from the price tag alone. So many people are going to get pissed at this one. Well, I want to have it this way. Why can't I watch it? I want to watch it online. Yes, everybody wants to watch everything online. I'm fine with that too. But it's the fact that you're going to eventually have people that are going to be pissed because you're watching a show online that just came out. Regardless if you're paying the $5.99 or not to support the industry, you're going to have them get a little pissed off with, well, that site's not right. You should go to Crunchyroll. And you're just going to have that whole argument. That's the only thing the downside I see of this. Besides the fact that you still have to pay for it if you want to get an ad-free viewing. Just take the commercials. It's not going to kill you. But otherwise, yeah, I see some issues with this forming. Mostly in the form of, well, if I do this, I'm going to end up upsetting people. You're going to upset people either way. Get over it. There's really nothing you can do. Yes, it's going to suck, but there really is nothing you can do about it. But otherwise, I say check it out. Might be interesting, might be worth it. I'll check it out, see what's on there. If there's nothing on there that I really want to watch, I'm not going to waste my time and effort. I mean, what's the point? But anyway, yeah, so if you're interested in watching some anime for free, you don't want to go to Crunchyroll or deal with their crap, ani.me. Check them out. Might be worth it. But as long as people aren't complaining it's an illegal site, go for it. Because, honestly, I'm just tired of seeing that, too, online from time to time. I understand the point of wanting it, but seriously, why anymore? Why? Alrighty, so Dragon Ball Super is finally coming out with Dragon Ball Super Broly, the latest movie to hit the airwaves. And on January 16th, you all better get your tickets, because that's when it's going to be hitting the U.S. theaters. I can't wait. So this one, it's hitting the screens January 16th of 2019. That's the official word from Funimation that have licensed the new Dragon Ball film. Before it goes wide, though, Broly's going to have an English dub premiere December 13th at the good old Chinese Theater in Los Angeles. You know, the one that was in Iron Man 3 and is featured in so many other movies. But before that, New York Comic Con will host a Dragon Ball panel with Masako Nozawa, the Japanese voice of Goku, and Sean Schimmel, the English voice of Goku, as well as Christopher Sabat, Vegeta. So this is like Vegeta's worst nightmare. This is Vegeta's worst nightmare, 2 Gokus. Oh, wow, that's like his nightmare. Monica Ryle, who does Bulma, Jason Douglas, who does Beerus, Ian Sinclair, voice of Whis, and the film's director, Tatsuya Nagame, will also be, in attendance to this. I just kind of want, I said this on Twitter, I'm like, it'd be kind of cool if they could do like 2 Kamehameha waves. I kind of want to see the English and the Japanese one. And then they showed me a video from like years ago where one of those happened. I'm like, well, let's do this again. Maybe it's better this time. Really, really go for it. Vic Minno Naga, who played Broly in the Funimation's 2003 dub Dragon Ball Z Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, is going to return in the new film. CEO and president of Funimation, Gen Fukunaga, in a press release said, from its updated art style to the assembly of canon characters, new and old, Dragon Ball Super Broly is sure to please fans. Creator Akira Toriyama's imagination and masterful storytelling truly shine through in this exciting new movie. In short, it's super. Honestly, nothing Akira Toriyama does anymore, he can't really suck. As much as we want to think he does, he can't really suck. Mostly for the standpoint that he's basically God. To everybody. Anybody that's ever seen Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, he never had anything to do with GT. Thank God he had nothing to do with GT. Oh my God. Oh my God. GT was a hot mess. Oh my God. But anybody that's ever seen like any of the Dragon Ball stuff, Battle of Gods, Resurrection of F, all the DBZ movies, they're all Akira Toriyama. Not to mention his own other work that he's done. Dr. Slump. So many. I can't think of the other ones. Crap. So many other ones, though, that he's done. They're all good movies. They're all good series. Everything he's touched is pretty much gold. There are people that say that Super sucked. Here's the thing. Super didn't suck, okay? As much as people want to say it did, it really didn't suck. The whole reason people don't like it was because it took so long to get the dub out. So the only way you could watch it was subbed. And people were like, I don't want to watch it subbed. If I watch it subbed, then I'm not going to be able to pay attention. Fine, then don't watch it subbed. For God's sake. You're going to be behind everybody else talking about it. Just watch it. Just, watch it. Mute the audio and just read, okay? God's sake. It's just going to be interesting, though, to have the new movie coming out, everything else with it. I'm honestly looking forward to this. I want to go see it. I saw Battle of Gods. I didn't get to see Resurrection of F, unfortunately. I was going to go see it, but when it came out, we had some issues going on vis-a-vis my grandmother, and money was a little tight, so I couldn't go see that one. But I want to see this one come hell or high water. And I mean that. Come hell or high water, I want to see this movie. I honestly want to see it. I was there to watch a hero become a god, a legend become a god. I want to see Goku kick ass and take names. I swear upon it, I want to see it. And I want to see it with my own 2 hands. So I'm looking forward to this. I really want to see this when it comes out. Honestly, I don't see anything bad about this happening. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it could suck, but I highly doubt it's going to because Broly's going to be in it. Broly. The last time we saw Broly, he was getting his ass kicked by 2 kids and an android and Krillin and Mr. Satan. The pedestal is high on this one. I mean, you can't really go any lower after Bio Broly. That was, honest to God, a train wreck. One of the worst of the 3. So we're getting this one, which makes him canon. Goku and Vegeta no Super Saiyan Blue. It's going to be an interesting fight. I'm going to 100% come right out and say it. It's going to be an interesting fight, literally just to see Goku and Vegeta kick Broly's ass in this new movie. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So if you're looking forward to it like me, January 16th is the place you want to be. I, for one, hope to be there. No, I really do. I really want to go see this one. Okay, so a cosplayer has done the impossible. Now, anybody that is a fan of the King of Fighters game series, the name Mai Shiranui should ring a bell. If it doesn't, seriously, we need to talk, because it should ring a bell. Anyway, a cosplayer has done the impossible and cosplayed the femme fatale as it was, but this isn't just any cosplayer. Now, normally, Mai's very curvaceous body, which gets curvier and curvier every single time there's a new iteration and a new entry in the King of Fighters series, is one that you would assume is difficult for even most women to pull off, but impossible for a man, right? Well, guess what? At the Madman National Cosplay Championship in Brisbane, an Australian cosplayer by the name of Amino Kitaru, aka Wiru, proved that nothing is impossible if you have the right crafting skills. I'm assuming that gives you a plus 50 and probably a plus 90 in the skill department, right? Yeah, anyway, he went on to explain that the centerpiece of his costume was a silicone chest plate that was cast from a plaster mold. He was able to find the right blend of pigments so he could match it to his skin tone without having to blend it with any makeup or anything else. In an impressive feat of form meets function, he demonstrates in his video that the silicone piece doubles as a storage place for accessories like Mai's fans, an 8-ounce water bottle, and some snacks. Because, you're at a convention filled with a whole bunch of nerds. Yeah, pulling something out of there, definitely not gonna be a bad idea. Unlike Reika Sakai, who attained infamous status after cosplaying as Chun-Li because she had Chun-Li's thighs. The good old-fashioned exercise was how she got hers. However, Wiru isn't exactly in the market for that. No. He decided to use some custom-built hip pads that were hidden underneath the stocking to match the lower half of Mai's hourglass figure. He used an extra-large rope to recreate the giant bow on Mai's back and hand-painted sakura flowers into the fabric using holographic paints. Tutorials detailing each step of this project are available on his Patreon page. Now, you would assume that he has done the impossible. He probably scored a decent award at this, convention, right? Yeah, not even close. Unfortunately, according to Wiru, his Mai costume miraculously did not place at MMNC. Instead, he basically got nothing. Since he already seems to have won the event back in 2010 and 2014, the judges may have been perhaps thinking it might be time to let somebody else win, spread the joy a little bit. But this isn't the first time, though, that Mai's knockers are like the only thing he's ever put on that's really large and prop-wise. He has done many different cosplay styles. He has cosplayed such ambitious figures as Final Fantasy X's massive dragon Bahamut, the alien hybrid Shirai, Sumagi from Knights of Sidonia, and Pokemon spiked mollusk itself, Cloyster. His ability to craft anatomy for non-human characters definitely rivals Polish cosplay Sosenka, who Otaku USA reported on last year. If you want to see more of this work, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon pages, all of which you can find in the article, which you can find the link of to in the description below. So what does this mean? Honestly, this guy's got one hell of a future ahead of him in the ways of, and I'm going to say this politely, he's got a tremendous future ahead of him in the way of doing, makeup for movies, stuff like that. I mean, if he transfers skills over to that, there'd be no stopping him. He would be pretty much anything, everything you could ever imagine and be scared of. Otherwise, it's interesting. honest to God, it's interesting. Because when you're cosplaying something, you really don't have to worry about, anybody judging you. Because cosplay is something that can be done by both sides. They can cosplay their favorite characters. So you want to cosplay a female character? Go for it. You want to cosplay a male character? Go for it. There's really no stopping you because it's pretty much the way and form of which you do it. In all honesty, and I'm going to safely say this, I'm actually impressed by it. Now, I don't do much in the realm of costumes. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. It's never really one of my favorite holidays. It's actually one that I could pretty much do without, if you really want my opinion. But anyway, it's still an interesting concept. So, what is my beef? Well, nothing really. I don't really have a beef with Halloween. I just don't do costumes. I mean, the most I ever did costume-wise, a friend of ours invited my mom and I up a couple times to her place for a costume party. The one time I went as sort of like a Power Rangers-esque Jedi by having a Power Rangers morpher on my wrist and a lightsaber. That was my costume. Then another year, we got invited up, but my grandmother was coming home from the physical therapy rehab place she was at. We didn't really want to go, but she goes, oh no, go. So I kind of went as Doctor Who, basically. I was Doctor Who. And my mom was my assistant. And there was another year where I just literally got a toy badge from the Dollar Tree, made a spirit detective badge thing above it, and went as a spirit detective. I made my mom's costume. She went as a sandwich with a bite taken out of it. Her costume was actually pretty well thought out. I made it. It was the simplest costume you could ever make. And honestly, I just rolled with it because, what the hell. But I was a spirit detective. I could have cared less. But, so this honestly is something that, he's good. And you could honestly go through life doing something like this and being really good at it. Now, I don't know much about cosplay, and what I do know, I learned from Complex Age and watching Penny Underbust's channel on YouTube, and that's literally it. So I honestly, I'm not an aficionado when it comes to this entire concept, so don't look to me for answers on every single thing. I don't have answers for it all. But it's still interesting. I want to say that definitely it's still interesting, the fact that we were able to get something this cool and he could pull this off. So this opens up the doorway for a lot of other large busted characters that other people might want to cosplay as. You got the Aiken girls, Tsunade from Naruto, Ryoma from Occultic 9, just to name a few. You could even go into some of the Go Danner chicks, like the mom and what's her name, the other pilot. So you have an entire cavalcade of characters that can be chosen from now. And honestly, I'm going to say this, he did a good job. If somebody would have showed me that picture and said, do you know who this is? Yeah, it's my Shiranui from King of Fighters. I know her from doing the Puzzles and Dragons collaboration. Cool. It's a guy, right? No, I had no idea. That's damn good costume. Yeah. So seriously, in all honesty, you have a bright future ahead of you. Honestly, if you want to do studio stuff for movies and that, you have a very bright future ahead of you. Otherwise, hey, keep up the good work. You might win first prize at a massive cosplay competition. Again, sky's the limit, basically. Honest to God, I was impressed by that. That was really good. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I'd like to thank you all for sticking around with me. And, as always, if you have a topic you'd like to hear me talk about, if you have something you want to hear me say, feel free to leave it in one of the many places where I could possibly see it. Either on my Twitter page, @OtakuRoads on Twitter, on the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page, in the discussion section here on my YouTube channel, or on the podcast email. That's right, that's acrpodcast@gmail.com. I do check that every week, and if I don't check it, I either got caught up doing something else, or I honestly probably just forgot to check it. I usually do make a habit of checking it every week. So, until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Thank you so much, so much for being here. And until next time, I will see you later. Have a nice week, and I look forward to next week, spending some time with you, my fans. Until then, and until we meet again, bye-bye.